good night, have one done tonight. God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. Spirits of I'm here to give you a little shout news on tonight. I think I'll come from Channel 4 WWL News. So now the wind's gonna be high. So the every drivers to just be careful on the roads and slow down. Possible high winds are expected to hit region and the drivers are to urge to take it easy. So the freezing temperature, so I advise everyone, to stay inside. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. The winds will really start to pick up. You know, New Orleans Women's Center at Joe Brown's, the center out there in the east. Now that's a center, a shelter. For anyone home is not warm. They have shelter. And I have other three down the line I will be telling you about. you know, if your home is not warm, there are three shelters that you can go to. They will have bottles of water and sandwiches and everything else, and you can bring some stuff along with you at the shelter. So the doors will be opening up at 6 p.m. evening. So they have water, sandwiches, and you also can bring your own supplies also. If you have some food uh, that you want to bring. Since St. Tammany Parish, they also will be monitoring the roads. Also have their maintenance out there. If just, if anything, if anyone need help or anything else in St. Paris. So New Orleans announced the blast plan. So South Louisiana doesn't see temperature just low often in our frustrating design of withstanding cold like in the north. So the city of New Orleans is taking extra steps to protect residents ahead of the blast. So use these centers during the day if you need to stop and warm up and keeping them they will be keeping the doors open, overnight, for some purpose. Also, if you have nowhere else to go, if you don't have nowhere else to go and you feel like your house is not warm enough, these are some shelters that's available for you to go to. So please utilize these centers. And Clausen Aaron, with New Orleans Officer of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparation, said, they said the city will have three warning center, for these without shelter. And if for anyone, we have a lot of homeless on the street, and you got this cold is coming, so it's a shelter for anyone that needs shelter while we having this cold blast right now. So if any strong winds knock, out power residents, you can head to one of these shelters. And I have one, Joe Brown Center. That's a center out there in the east. They're the only one that allow pets. So you have your pets. Make sure you keep your pets inside. And if you decide to bring your pet to a shelter, this the only shelter that accept pets. Joe Brown Center is out there in the east, and they're the only center will allow pets in their center. And so too, I have Rosewell Center at 1120 South Broad. I forgot to give you the address for the one in the east, 5601 Reed Boulevard out there in the east. And the second one is 1120 on Broad Street. Rosewell Wide Center, that's on Broad Street. On the third one, it's a cutoff center, 6600 Belgrade Street. So these are three centers is available for anyone home. It's not warm, or if you don't have a shelter. While we doing having this cold blast right now. So tips preparing for the blast. For the cold weather. One, heat. If you're using a heater, that plug up, just be careful. Just be careful. Make sure it's not in front of anything that would may catch on to the heat. You know, two. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have sandwiches or tuna fish or something that you can eat that's cold. 'Cause you never know if the power might go out. So you want to have something to eat. Vernissages. You know, anything that's cold is eatable. You know, that you can eat. Three, light. So get the light that stamp on the wall. Get the light that stamp on the wall and to run by batteries. You can go to Lowe's or Walmart. I think that'll be better than getting candles. So four, make sure you have any size battery. You never know, you might need a battery for your radio. You never know, you need it for any size of lights that you have. When I'm telling you the plug up, they'll be better. The ones that stamp on the wall, they'll be better than having candles and you go to sleep. You never know what's gonna happen. So have have all kind of size batteries. You never know what you're gonna have to use the batteries for. So five, never bring a outside heater inside. Never bring a generator inside. Those two things you will leave outside. You know, uh, six. Bring all pets inside. All pets inside. And the center I told you about in the east, they're the only one will accept pets. If your house not warm enough, if you don't have a shelter and you have a pet, you have a dog or a cat, that's the only shelter will take pets. So seven. If you have a home, it's not warm, or you don't have a home and you don't have no shelter, you know, there's the three shelters that I named that you can go to. For shelter because it's too cold for anyone to be out and too cold to be in the house if you don't have the proper heat. So Joe Brown is a center for dogs, any kind of pets. You know, if you're driving, I advise anyone to please stay off the road. Until this die down, because the temperature constantly gonna be dropping. So please stay inside and please stay off the road. So just stay inside. Because the temperature really gonna be dropping. So these are tips that I had. You know, for anyone that needs these tips. So stay warm, stay off the road. You know, cause this blast, this cold blast, really gonna be the temperature really gonna be dropping. It really gonna be dropping. So they're trying to get everyone off the street. They're trying, if anyone home is not warm, they're letting you know that they are shelter. They are shelter. So and they said the doors will be open up for 6 o'clock and it will be there all night long. In case in the middle of the night, that you feel like your house is it's not warm enough. There are three shelters that you can go to. If you change your mind, these are three shelters that you can go to. So that's all the show news I have for you on today. Y'all have a blessed night and I'll see you on your next video.